These are the colored pencil techniques that you need to know so you can use them in your next drawing. If you're gone during class, this little video will show you how to complete this, and then you can take a picture of it and turn it in. So the first thing you want to do is draw a rectangle that is 8 inches by 1 inch. So 8 inches the long way, 1 inch wide, and this is our value scale. We did a value scale with pencil, and now we're doing it with colored pencil. So next step, select a color that you want to make a value scale with. And just like in drawing with pencil, we're going to color as hard as we can in this square. And then we're gonna slowly lighten our pressure. If you're following along with me, you definitely need a pencil sharpener because you are going to dull your pencil. All right, now we're going to just continue to color. We're going to lighten the pressure a little bit. And I'm doing this on gray paper. I like to use colored pencils on gray paper because then you can use white. If you don't have gray paper at home, that's okay. You can use white paper. Right, so you should have a dark, a light. The next one is a blending scale. It's not really a scale per se, but we show blending. So I want you to draw another rectangle that is 8 inches by 1 inch. Oops. Go ahead and draw these lines, but keep them really light because we want them to disappear, but I do want you to know where they're at so you kind of know where to switch colors. They don't have to be perfect, just make them close. So I want you to pick 3 colors that are close to each other on the color wheel. And if you're like, what's the color wheel? That's okay. Color wheel is just how colors are arranged in a circle. So if you need a check on that, I would just Google it. But since I already have a blue on my paper, I'll pick this blue and a teal and how about this yellowy color. Okay, so we're gonna blend from one color to another. And what I want you to try to do with these colored pencils is I want you to try to blend gradually. So, and it's okay if your pencil lines show through like mine, that's totally fine. When you're trying to blend colored pencil, you need to leave some areas where it's not as filled in. So like this first box, I'm coloring in harder, but then I'm going to lighten my pressure. Okay. And then once I lighten my pressure, I'm going to take the color that's close to us on the color wheel, which would be this green. And I'm going to let the colors kind of mix together and create a new color, which is what we're going for. So like you're gonna have a square of blended color, and then you're gonna have a square of the colored pencil. So I have yellow, this is the blended color, and then this is this teal. So I'm gonna go back over it just to make sure we can see this new color that our colored pencils make. I like to teach this skill because most kids don't even think about trying to blend their colored pencils, and it's not always easy. Sometimes it's difficult if you have colored pencils don't blend well, but it is a nice effect to learn. So I'm gonna color this square darker because I like saturated colors. And then I'm gonna switch to the blue. It does take some coloring back and forth. And I definitely have room for some more blending. So I'm gonna pick a color that is close to blue on the color, which would be purple, would be my next color. Can we find a purple? There's my violet. And I'm gonna let those colors blend together. And I even have room for one more, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of red at the end. As you can see, the red and the purple don't blend as nicely together, but I like to see how they look when they do come together. Okay, so this is our blending. Okay, now we're just gonna do a couple of techniques. Really here, blending, this is the pressure of your pencil, but it's not really techniques yet. So the one that I use the most often is called burnishing. So leave yourself a little area, and we're gonna label this burnish. The next one we're gonna do is hatching. And then over here, we're gonna do cross hatching. with burnishing, you want to layer at least 2 colors on top of each other and press really hard until it turns shiny, which some of my colors did kind of start turning shiny here. But let me get 2 different colors so we can see a different example. Let me use these 2. So I'm going to just kind of color just like I normally would. And then I'm going to take this green and I'm going to color hard. So you can see it smearing. And let's do the green again. It is kind of like blending, but it's not so much for just the blending, it's this shiny coat you can get on it. And what makes it even shinier sometimes is applying some white on top. This is good for a texture sometimes. You can see that you can kind of see the lines. So layering. So that we are going to define this as pressing hard with at least 2 colors. All right. Hatching is very simple. Hatching is like a form of shading. It's just going one way. And it can be round too. It can be, usually it's like a straight line or a curved line. Hatching is just going in one direction. Cross hatching goes in 2 different directions, again, to create some kind of value. Value meaning light and shadow. All right, almost done. Stippling. Stippling and scumbling are the last 2. Stippling is little dots. This can be used for texture. You can get closer together. You can use it for value. People use it for a lot of different things. And then scumbling is when you make little circles, and this can also be great for texture on things. You make little circles and then you use another color on top. So 2 colors, little circles. They can be tiny, they can be bigger. Okay, scumbling. And now I want you to draw something here that you can practice using white to burnish. So on ours in class, we did like a grapefruit or an orange. Actually, I think I Googled blood orange. And you just want to find one that has some shine to it. And then go ahead and draw it. So if you just want to do what we did, that's fine. So you're going to draw kind of an oval, and then you're going to draw the half of the orange. You have a rind, that's the peel on the inside that kind of looks like that. And then you have this circular part that kind of looks like a sun, right? So to practice making this look like it does in this, you need a couple of colors. You need red, you need orange, you need yellow. You're gonna need a couple of shades of these so that you can get some blending going on. But what I want you to practice mostly is the scumbling. So before I do anything, oops, got some green on there. I go ahead and I kind of draw in where I think the white's gonna go. That way I don't lose it. And it looks better when you layer if you have like a good amount. And then I actually erase my pencil marks because I don't